What do Jason Momoa, Kelly Slater, and me, Adrian Maidment, have in common? Not much, except we've all been for a ride on one of these, a Valkyrie electric bike. I'm looking at electric bikes with Dan Wallace from Valkree. G'day Dan.
Hey, how are you?
And he's going to be talking about the new Valkyrie that's just into New Zealand.
So Valkree are electric bikes that are born and bred out of Byron Bay, Australia. So they were established in 2013 by a Japanese Australian woman called Terumi. And she basically created the bikes in order to get rid of the traffic woes and to go find a surf break on the beach, and she wanted something sustainable, a little bit more environmentally conscious, but she also wanted to bring that idea of style, high-end e-bikes, and something that was kind of designed and influenced by 1920s and 1930s motorbikes, basically. Valkyrie itself is actually named after the Nordic gods, which was a female god that took people to Valhalla. Everything about them is high-end from a bike point of view. Everything's leather, 304 stainless, everything's kind of hand-designed, hand-crafted. The motors are Dapu, which is a Japanese motor that works in conjunction with Valkyrie. The batteries are specifically designed for Valkyrie, so they're a big high-capacity battery that are produced by Samsung. They are not a traditional rail trail bike. They are designed to get you from A to B, to enjoy the journey and not the destination, and really to basically beat traffic. They have about 10 different models, and the models have about 5 different colours for each one, from a chrome to a blue. They have leather banana seats or leather springer seats, fat tyre bikes, so extremely comfortable, extremely manoeuvrable, but they're all about enjoyment and comfort and, you know, having that style of ease. All models are available, and what we're doing at the moment is as we build our market in New Zealand, we are literally bringing them direct from Byron Bay. So you order a bike, each month we do our shipment, you'll have it within kind of 3 weeks. The good thing about a Valkyrie, which is a little bit different to the bike industry, is you can either choose to have the bike delivered to a bike shop near you, and we can arrange that. All Electrify stores across New Zealand will do that as well, or you can have it direct to door. So what they do, which is a bit different, is every bike that arrives in Australia is taken out of box, built, every bolt is greased, every gear is tuned, then the handlebars taken off, the pedals taken off, and it's put back in the box. So when it arrives to you, it is about a 20-minute process, and I've done it myself, and not a single one had an issue that we had to deal with. The only thing you've got to do is put the handlebar on, the 2 pedals, and the front wheel. You also get like a box that has touch-up paint, your chargers, your lights, your toolkits, everything you need, and we've got a series of videos that will help you along the way. Or if you're not confident with that, you literally can get it delivered to a store and we'll arrange it for you and pick it up from there.
Okay, and we've got 2 bikes behind you today. What are the differences of these 2?
Cool. So this is what's called the Scrambler. The Scrambler is the bigger framed bike. So this is for people that are kind of taller than 5'10" basically. So it's got your Springer. You can choose between a 250 watt motor or 500 watt motor. The motor's not going to change your top speed. What the motor will do will help you on those hill climbs. So if you're in a really hilly environment like Wellington, for example, we would recommend going for the 500. But if you're in a relatively flat environment like the Mount, a 250 is absolutely fine. This here is my favorite at the moment. This is called a Moondog. The Moondog has your banana seat, also has foot peels, back lights on all of them, and essentially you can take someone on the back of this bike and, you know, get from A to B quite quickly and enjoyably, and you know, you don't have to worry about the traffic. Give you an example. I weigh about 86 kgs. My brother weighs about 105 kgs. Both him and I have been doubling on this bike to test it, and it's got a 500 motor, 500 watt, and there's no hill it won't go up, even with two of us on the back, which is absolutely fantastic. The bikes are designed not by corporate bikers, so it is by people that want high quality. They want frames that can handle the weight of riders of all different sizes, and that give the people the choice of whether they want a low spec motor or a higher spec motor. They even, and we don't have it here, but they even have the similar model with a dual motor where you have a motor in the front and the back, which is unheard of. And you have a switch that you will turn between single or dual. And that there is a new innovation that no e-bike has at this time.
What speeds are we talking?
Yeah, so in Australia, these are restricted to 25 kilometres an hour. New Zealand doesn't have the same restriction, but for the sake of safety, I've governed all of them at around about 40 kilometres an hour, which in my opinion is fast enough with a bike of that weight. You have hydraulic disc brakes, but it is still a bike. So they will go around 40 to 42 k's an hour before the motor, and you'll hear it, will flick off. First thing to notice with Valkyrie is you have the sweeping handlebars. They are designed for you to sit back, relax and enjoy. It is not a rail trail bike. This is purely a commuter. This is or an off-road machine. Everything on these is 304 stainless, which is the highest grade stainless you can get. So it's built to last. The grips are Australian hand-pressed leather. The seats are Australian hand-pressed leather. Everything on them has been thought about, and you know, the detail is phenomenal. The pedals are Valkree specific. The pegs are Valkree specific. Even the little rear brake is stainless steel, which is a little light here, which is unheard of. Your spokes are double enforced 75mm stainless, so the rim is designed to take a huge amount of weight. You have these fat tyres, which means that you have the comfort, but if you want to do off-road or beachy stuff, you can as well. Everything on them has been thought about. You have 6 levels of assist on the computer, which is pretty standard. And the different levels of assist will dictate how much power the motor gives you, basically. So that's your pedal assist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On top of that, with a bike like this thing here is what we call a booster with throttle. It's great for when you are starting off, or if you didn't actually want to do any pedaling, you just wanted to cruise. The reason that's not going is because they all have shut-off switches for safety, for example. The next thing you'll notice from these ones is you've got a vintage Springer systems. That's all stainless. Everything's been designed and mirrored on kind of 1920s and 1930s vintage motorbikes. You've got a light on the front, light on the back. All guards are metal. There is no plastic on this bike. There is no vegan leather on this bike. This is as high quality as you can see. I've built thousands of bikes and been in the industry for over 6 years, and I've never seen one to this level, these spec levels.
Yeah, and what about the price of the bikes?
Cool, so a base level bike with a 250 watt is 4,999, so 5K. 500 watt is 5,499, so 5.5K. And then there is another model, which is the real elite kind of off-road. We don't have it with us here, but it is in the store. That has a 500 in the front, 500 in the back, so it's a dual motored, and they retail for 8.5. I would challenge anybody in the consumer market though to find a similar fat tired bike that is to the same quality for that price point.
And the website is?
So it's Vallkree, Valkree.com. Social media, we're on Instagram. If you go Valkree New Zealand, you'll see our Instagram.
Thank you very much, Dan.
No worries.